it all I got. Wanna walk, talk the talk, take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a...
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. 60 out now. Right there, 56. Hey, let's get in that hole.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Come on, dude. 1, Omaha.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Hey, team 6, team 6.
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Fournette, a 1st down carry. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get...
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Geno Atkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
90 Wolf.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Hey man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Kill. 61, matchbox lights.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but it's going to be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On second down, here's Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fights loose and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Down to lose 1.
Now Joe Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. This is Fournette. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
80 weapon. Watch the 25.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
2nd and 1. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Come get some. He don't want it. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Come go.
Looking to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Second and 6. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 22. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Fournette on the counter. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
70, Indy.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 27, Garoppolo got a man open. It's Ross. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better break. I'm letting you know right now. You better.
On the toss, Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run here with Mixon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Like 20. I got you. 21.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Here we go.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st.
Here we go.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
21.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
One, Omaha. White.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 2nd and goal, 1 man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lambo on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Garoppolo now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Garoppolo. Going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
You see me? They can't stop me out here.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. From the right hash, this from 48. Bullock's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts them back within one score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mixon. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Jaguars, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles...
just wanna be heard. From your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curve, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is